Hey guys, hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Since in the last video where I have taken 10 questions, 10 random questions from the previous year of different subject of GATE exam, just to practice the aptitude part, because the aptitude part is going to be in all the subjects and the questions are going to be different. So many of you agreed with that and you liked the concept. So I'm going to continue the series till the GATE exam comes. So let's have 10 questions now from GATE 2023 from chemical engineering exam. All right. Now, again, we'll start from the English question because that's the pattern which you are going to see in all the GATE exam. You are going to get in 1 marks, you are going to get at least 2 English questions, and same goes for 2 marks as well. Let's start from the first one. It says that you are delaying the completion of the task. Send dash contribution at the earliest. So it's very simple. If you just understand what they are trying to say, it is just they are trying to say that they are asking somebody that you are delaying the completion of the task. So send your contribution at the earliest, and that your should be your means yours means that to the other person. Okay, so that's the correct option. All right. So you are will not be here, and your means that is just a short form of you are, and this does not make sense over here. So yeah, your is the correct answer. Okay, let's see the next question. Next one says that references is going to match with what if guidelines matches with implement. So you the guidelines are being implemented. Okay, so you implement the guidelines in the same way. What do you do with the references? So if you know about scientific writing, you know that references are cited. Okay, they are cited, cited. Okay, so you cite a research paper, you cite a reference. So that's why cite should be the correct option for this, right? Okay, the other words like cite means visualizing something, cite means it relates with the place, plagiarize means plagiarism means you just copy something from other. Okay, citation is a legal way of telling somebody that this work has already been published. So I'm just taking the reference of that work and I'm doing something extra with that. So this is very common thing which we do in our research paper. So that's why CITE should be the correct option for this. Okay. All right, let's take this question. It says in the given figure, PQRS is the parallelogram with PS. PS. Okay, this is the side PS. PS. Okay, this is 7 centimeter. PT. P and T. This is of 4 centimeters. PV. That means P and V. This is another perpendicular and that is of 5 centimeter. What is the length of RS? Okay, they are asking the length of this particular side of the parallelogram. Okay, you have to look upon this diagram and see this. So you know that if this is 7 centimeter, let me make arrows to understand. So this whole like distance is 7 centimeter. In the same way, this whole distance is also going to be 7 centimeter, right? This is a perpendicular, this is also a perpendicular. So let's try to solve it. So it's very simple. You have to actually draw a diagonal of this. Okay, you have to attach P and R. Now you will see you got two triangles. One triangle is triangle PQR. Okay, you got a triangle PQR like this. I'm just separately drawing them. So P, Q and R. And for this triangle, the base is 7 centimeters and the perpendicular over here, the 90 degree of this is 4 centimeter, right? That's what we know. And similarly, you also have one more triangle PRS. Now that triangle is can be drawn like this. So that triangle is I'm just separating it up. Okay, so yeah, we have this triangle like this. So we have P, R and S. And again, this side we don't know about that, so let's call it as X. Okay, this distance I don't know, and the perpendicular for this is already drawn at 90 degree. This is of 5 centimeter. Okay, this is of 5 centimeter. So if I calculate the area of triangle PQR, so area is equals to half base into height. Okay, that's the area of triangle. The area of triangle PQR is going to become half. The base is going to be QR and the height is going to be PT. Okay, this is T. This is PT. So this is going to become half 7 into 4. and that is going to make it 14 centimeter square. Okay, that's the area. Similarly, if I calculate the area of triangle PRS, that is going to be half. Base is going to be here. The base is always the side on which the perpendicular is drawn. Okay, so it is RS multiplied by P, and this was V. Okay, so PV. So that is going to become half. RS is, let's say, X, and PV is 5. So this becomes 5x by 2 centimeter square. So we got the areas. The area of parallelogram can be calculated as base multiplied by height. Okay, so if you have a parallelogram like this, let's say, so this side is going to be called as base, and if this is the height. Okay, so base multiplied by height. Considering that, if I calculate the area of parallelogram, here you can see that area of parallelogram is the sum of these two triangles, right? If I add triangle PQR and triangle PRS, I will be getting the whole parallelogram. So it will be equal to area of triangle PQR plus area of triangle PRS. Now area of parallelogram, I'll just put the base. Base over here is QR and height over here is PT, and this is going to be equal to 14 plus 5x by 2. QR, the value of QR is 7 and the value of PT is 4, and 14 plus 5x by 2. 7 4 times is 28 minus 14. This 14 will come this side, and I have 5x by 2. I'll further solve this. So this is going to become 14 is equals to 5x by 2, or I can say that this 2 is going to get multiplied. So this becomes 14 into 2 divided by 5. That is the value of x, and that's what we wanted to calculate, because RS was equal to x, right? So the value of x is going to be 14 2 times is 28 divided by 5. So the correct option becomes option number B. All right. So it was a geometry related question, and you should know the formula to calculate the areas. Okay, let's take the next question. The next question says that in 2022, June Hu was awarded the Field Medal, which is the highest prize in mathematics. When he was younger, he was also a poet. He did not win any medals in the International Mathematics Olympiad. He dropped out of college. Based on the above information, which one of the following statement can be logically inferred with certainty? Let's see the statements. First statement says that every field medalist has won a medal in International Mathematics Olympiad. Second says that everyone who has dropped out of college has won field medal. Third says all field medalists are part-time poets. And fourth says that some field medalists have dropped out of college. Now see, this whole information is just about one person, and whose name is June Hu, and he has been awarded with field medal, and he has been also, like, he has not won any medal in International Mathematical Olympiad. This is just about the single person, okay, and he was also dropped out of the college. This is all about this whole person. Although he was a field medalist, but it does not say that all the field medalists has won this prize. So this is not a statement with certainty. Same goes for this, that everyone is not dropped out of college. Only June Hu was dropped out. Maybe some other field medalists were not dropped out, okay. Then third says that all field medalists are part-time poet. So although he was a poet, but everybody is not a poet, okay, or every field medalist was not a poet. But the fourth statement is correct, where it says that some field medalists have dropped out of the college. So some of them might have dropped out of college. One of them is June Hu. Maybe one or two more might have been dropped out of college, but not everyone was dropped out. That's why the only statement which you can say with certainty is statement number D. All right. Okay, let's take the next question. It says that a line of symmetry is defined as the line that divides the figure into two parts in a way such that each part of the mirror, each part is the mirror image of the other part about that line. Given figure consists of 16 unit squares arranged as shown. In addition to the 3 black squares, what is the minimum number of squares that must be colored black such that both PQ and MN lines forms the symmetry? So you have to make these lines, the straight one and this diagonal line, as the symmetrical line, okay. So it's very simple, just start shading it. So because I'll first of all take this line, okay, this diagonal one, because that's challenging one. So let's take that. So whatever is going to be shaded this side, so it should be shaded on the other side also. Okay, so I'm just shading it like this. So let's say this is shaded because of this. Similarly, from this line, this side is like half and then it is shaded. This side, see, it is half and then it is shaded. So this is symmetrical already along with this line. Okay, so along with this pn line, along with this mn line, symmetry is maintained now. Okay, now we have to see the symmetry corresponding to pq line. So for that PQ, because one of one is shaded black here, so you have to shade one more here so that the symmetry should be maintained along PQ. Similarly, if one over here is shaded, the other one should be shaded here. Okay, now just forget about MN, just see PQ, okay, and see the symmetry along with that. So again, it is already shaded. Corresponding to this, we should have one more shaded here. Okay, so now PQ, symmetry along PQ is now maintained. Now again switch back and see whether now MN, because you have shaded new squares, right? So whether see that symmetry along MN is maintained or not. So if you see along MN, so although this is symmetrical, this is not symmetrical. This is half and then shaded, so it should be half and then it should be shaded here also in order to be symmetrical. Similarly, you should also have, if this is shaded, so this should also be shaded. You just have to make it as a line of symmetry, that's all. So now the shading is done. Okay, you see again, if you just cross check again with PQ, so is the shading done? So this side, fine. Okay, we have this side and this side, then we have here and here, we have here and here. Okay, I'm looking for PQ now, here and here. So along PQ it is correct. Now along MN we will check. So if it is here, it is here, fine. If it is here, so along this side it should be correct. If it is here, it should be here, fine. If it is here, it is there. So we are done. So it says that in addition to the 3 black squares which were already given, what is the minimum number of square that must be colored black? So how many we have colored extra? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have colored 5 more. So 5 should be the answer for this question. Okay, it was a logical aptitude question where you have to apply logic to solve the question. All right, I hope this is clear to you. Okay, now we have 2 marker questions. So it says human beings are one among many creatures that inhabit an imagined world. In this imagined world, some creatures are cruel. If this imagined world is given that the statement some human beings are not cruel creatures is false, then which of the following set of statement can be logically inferred with certainty? Okay, so try to understand what they are saying. First of all, human beings are one among many creatures in that inhabit in imagined world. So let's say there is a world, so we have humans here and there are other creatures also. Let's say there are cats, there are dogs, there is elephant. Okay, so there are other creatures also. So it says that in this imagined world, means in this world, some creatures are cruel, some are cruel. Okay, if in this imagined world it is given that the statement some human beings are not cruel creatures is false, that means the statement which says that some human beings are not cruel creatures, what will be the true statement will be that some human beings are cruel creatures. Okay, then which of the following statement is true? First says that all human beings are cruel creatures. No. Second says that some human beings are cruel creatures. Here, this is correct. Fourth says that some creatures that are cruel are human beings. So yes, because some human beings are cruel, right? So out of the cruel creatures, some are human beings. So yes, this is also correct. Fourth says that no human being are cruel creatures. That is also incorrect because some are cruel. So now one thing which I missed over here is that since this statement which says that some human beings are not cruel, what could be one more interpretation of this? Because this statement is false, right? So one more interpretation can be that not some human beings are cruel, but all human beings are cruel. Okay, all human beings are cruel. This also makes this statement false, right? So these are the two interpretation actually which you can get from the given statement. And if you have to make this statement false, these two things you can consider, that some human beings are cruel, or either all the human beings are cruel. Okay, both the things are possible. Then only this statement is going to become false, which says that some human beings are not cruel, but all of them are cruel, or no, some of them are not cruel. Okay, so that's how you can see. So that's why statement A or statement 1 is also correct. So we have 1, 2 and 3. All of these are actually going to be the correct option, and option number D should be the correct one. Okay, so this was a little tricky, but yeah, that's how it will be done. Okay, let's take the next question. It says that to construct a wall, sand and cement are mixed in the ratio of 3:1. The cost of sand and that of cement are in ratio 1:2. If the total cost of sand and cement to construct the wall is 1000 rupees, then what is the cost in rupees of cement used? Okay, so to do this question, what we will first of all see, that let's say that because it says that to construct a wall, sand and cement are mixed in the ratio. So I'll write down sand and I will write down cement. Okay, so first of all, I'll write down quantity. Quantity ratio is given to you as 3:1. So if sand is used 3x, cement is used 1x. Okay, I'm just multiplying x over here, or let's not write down x. 3:1, and the price or the cost ratio is 1:2. Okay, so for this, what I will write down, that if I have to take some constant over, because whenever you have ratio, you have to take some variable in order to put its value. Okay, so the quantity of sand, you can take it as 3x. Okay, 3x and 1x, and the cost you have to take as 1y and 2y. So whenever you have to write down total price, you multiply the quantity with cost, right? Total price, whatever thing you are purchasing, you have to multiply the quantity with the cost. All right, so total price will be like 3x multiplied by the cost of it is 1y, and plus the quantity of cement is 1x multiplied by 2y, and the total price is 1000 rupees. Okay, so if I solve this, so it becomes 1000 is equals to 3xy plus 2xy, which makes it 5xy is equals to 1000. So the value of xy is going to be 200. Okay, so the value of xy becomes 200. Now if I have to, what they're asking, what is the cost of cement used? So cost of cement, how I am supposed to calculate? So cost of cement will be what? Its quantity, the quantity of cement multiplied by the cost of cement. Okay, so it will be 1x multiplied by 2y. It is going to become 2xy, and we already have calculated the value of xy, which is 200. So 2 into 200, it is going to become 400 rupees. Okay, option A will be correct option. Simple. Okay, so ratio related question this was, and I hope you have understood how to solve this. All right, let's take the next question. The next question says that the World Bank has declared that it does not plan to offer new financing to Sri Lanka, which is battling its worst economic crisis in decades, until the country has an adequate macroeconomic policy framework in place. In a statement, the World Bank said Sri Lanka needed to adopt structural reform that focus on economic stabilization and tackle the root cause of its crisis. The latter has starved it of foreign exchange and led to shortage of fuel, food and medicine. The bank is repurposing resources under existing loans to help alleviate shortage of essential items such as medicine, cooking gas, fertilizers, meals for children and cash for vulnerable households. Based on the above passage, which of the following statement can be inferred with certainty? First says that according to the World Bank, the root cause of Sri Lanka economic is that it does not have enough foreign exchange. Second says that the World Bank has stated that it will advise Sri Lankan government about how to tackle the root cause of its economic crisis. Third says that according to the World Bank, Sri Lanka does not yet have an adequate macroeconomic policy framework. And the fourth says that World Bank has stated that it will provide Sri Lanka with additional fund for the essentials such as food, fuel and medicine. So with this statement, you have to read it again and try to come up with a summary of that. Okay, just 2-line summary. According to the statement, it seems like the statement C is the correct summary for this, which says that according to the World Bank, Sri Lanka do not have an adequate macroeconomic policy framework, and they are going to give money once they are going to work upon that. Okay, so that's how statement number C should be correct, or it should be the one as a summary of it. All right. Okay, let's take the next question. It says that the coefficient of x to the power 4 in the polynomial x minus 1 whole cube and x minus 2 whole cube is equals to how much? So for this, we will be using a formula for a minus b whole cube. It is equals to a cube minus b cube minus 3ab, and in the bracket it is a minus b. Remember, everywhere it will be minus. Using that, I'm going to solve both these separately. So x minus 1 whole cube is going to be x cube minus 1 cube minus 3 into x into 1 and x minus 1. And that is going to become x cube minus 1 minus 3x and x minus 1 if I open the bracket. So this thing is going to become x cube minus 1 minus 3x square and plus 3x. Okay, this is the value which I'm going to get. Similarly, I have to do for x minus 2 whole cube, and this is going to become x cube minus 2 cube minus 3 into x into 2 and x minus 2. This is going to become x cube minus 2 cube is 8 minus 3 2 times is 6x and x minus 2. Now if I solve it, so it becomes x cube minus 8 minus 6 x square and minus 12, sorry, minus minus will be plus 12x. Now we have to multiply these two terms. Okay, so we are multiplying x cube minus 1 minus 3x square plus 3x, and we are multiplying it with x cube minus 8 minus 6x square plus 12x. How we will do that? Just one by one multiply everything with x cube. So it becomes x to the power 6 minus 8x cube minus 6x to the power 5 and plus 12x to the power 4. Okay, then multiply with minus 1, so the sign is going to change, so it will become minus x cube minus minus plus 8 minus minus plus 6x square and minus 12x. Then multiply with 3x square now, so it becomes, the sign is also going to change, so minus 3x to the power 5. When we multiply this with this, okay, power is going to get added. When you multiply with this, so it becomes plus 3 8 times is 24x square. When you multiply this with 6, so 3 6 times is 18, so plus 18x is to the power 4, and then we have 3x square multiplied with this, so it becomes 36x cube. Okay, now I'm going to multiply with 3x, so for that I will be having plus 3x to the power 4, and then I will multiply with this, so minus 8x, sorry, 3 8 times is 24x. Then I will multiply with this, so minus 3 6 times is 18 and x cube, and then at the last I'll multiply with this, so plus 36x square. Now I only need the coefficients of x to the power 4, so I will just highlight those. X to the power 4 is here, x to the power 4 is here, sorry, yeah, here, and I have this, so I just have to add them. Rest of them are not needed to be done. So I have to basically add 12 plus 18 plus 3. If you solve it, you are going to get 33, which is option number A. Okay, so option A is correct option. Okay, moving ahead to the last question, which says which one of the following shapes can be used to tile completely cover by repeating a flat plane extending to infinity in all the direction without leaving any empty space in between them. The copies of the shape used to tile are identical and are not allowed to overlap. Okay, you have four options: circle, regular octagon, regular pentagon, or rhombus. Now to answer this question, see if it could have been triangle or equilateral triangle, that could have been a better option. But see, circle can never be used. Like, you cannot fill a space with circle. You will always have some gap between it. Okay, so circle can never be the option. A regular octagon, octagon means it has 8 sides, and if you try to bind regular octagon, you will always need a square in between them. See, I'll show you. So if you are, let's say, if you have two regular octagons, and if you, let's say, want to, yeah, these are, let's say, octagons, so you will see that you need a square here to fill it. So only with regular octagon you cannot do that, so that is also incorrect. Same goes for pentagon. With only pentagon you cannot do, you need hexagons with that. You know the football, okay, in the football, hexagon and pentagon both are there to make the whole thing. So that is also not possible. The only option that could be closer to this is rhombus, because if you have a rhombus, if you have a proper rhombus whose all the sides are same, then you can keep on making it in all the directions, in like in any direction you can keep on making it, and you will be, you can just, there is no gap between it, there is no space between it, so you can keep on doing it infinity. Okay, you can keep on doing it in any direction, any place. Okay, so the rhombus is the correct option for this. All right, so that's all for this video. I hope you guys are understanding it, and I hope you guys are liking this particular video. Please do give it a like if you like it, and please do comment in the comment section if you have any doubt and want to ask anything. That's all from my side for this video. Take care. Bye bye. See you guys in the next one. Take care.